that, we are now officially live. So I'm going to go ahead and get us started tonight with sharing my screen just to kind of kick us off and make everybody feel welcome tonight. So just kind of a quick overview, of course. First, huge welcome for joining us. This is the Virtual College Exploration for all Pennsylvania students, sponsored by the Pennsylvania Association for College Admission Counseling and StriveScan. Very quick housekeeping before we get started. Please feel free to use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Your camera and your microphone are off, so our panelists cannot see or hear you. This is one of our many sessions happening. We would love to see you back for more, so please feel free to check out the full schedule at pacac.org. And this presentation is being recorded, and it'll be available within about a week at that same website, pacac.org. And with that, it is my pleasure to go ahead and turn it over to our presenters.
Thank you, Katie. Okay, there we go. Okay, Natalie, can you see that?
Yep.
Okay. Very good. Well, welcome everyone, and thank you for joining our Thiel College presentation this evening. I don't know, I think we picked the most beautiful fall night in a long time. So I do appreciate those that are joining us tonight, and hopefully you gain some valuable knowledge of Thiel College. And at the end of the presentation, hopefully you choose to come and visit and come check us out. So without further ado, let me introduce myself. My name is Sonia Lapicus, and I'm the Director of Admissions. And I do have a student here with me this evening that's going to be available to answer questions throughout the evening. So Natalie, would you like to introduce yourself, please?
Sure. I'm Natalie. I'm from Pittsburgh. I went to Baldwin. I'm a sophomore here at Thiel, and I'm a business major. I play tennis, and I'm also in a sorority here.
Thank you, Natalie. So we are going to get started here with some quick facts. So Thiel College was founded in 1866. We are affiliated with the Evangelical Lutheran Church in America. And there he is. That's our Tommy Tomcat. That's our mascot. We have approximately 800 students currently at Thiel College. We have an average class size of about 14 students, and we are, in fact, a liberal arts education. So what makes Thiel different? We do have a lot of caring faculty, staff, and coaches on campus that are just eager to see student success, as you can see in the picture there on the screen there. We offer study tables, we have academic coaches, our faculty members have office hours, work study there. That's for students that choose to do campus employment on campus. So they get to interact with a particular office on campus, depending on where they choose to work on campus. We have enhanced facilities. If you haven't been to campus or it's been a while since you've been on campus, I strongly encourage you to come back for another visit. We have put in nearly $40 million in campus improvements and renovations. We have a brand new science connector building. As you can see there, I listed new chemistry, biology, microscope labs. So there's a lot of new things happening, a track that's relatively new on campus as well. And we are in the process of doing even more renovations to our science building on campus. And then we also have there this James Pettis Communication Center, and obviously that hosts our communication department, but as well as a television and radio station. But that is also where the Office of Admission is located. So when you do come for a campus visit, you will be greeted upon your arrival in the Pettis Communication Center. And that building is just not for students majoring in communication. If you do come to campus, you'll see that there's large collaboration areas where students get together to study. There's little kind of nooks and classrooms that are available for students. We've got conference rooms that open up after the 5 o'clock hour for students to study and to be involved in study groups as well. So moving along here, and I'll preface this slide here, and maybe I should have mentioned it from the get-go, but finding a fit, finding a college that is your fit, where you connect, is very important. And choosing an academic major is one of the very important factors going into a college decision-making process. So at Thiel, we are happy to have 60 plus majors and minors. As you can see there on the screen, we've got anywhere from the sciences to psychology, criminal justice, communication, education, business. And you can see there are different tracks along a lot of those majors. And then the next one here, this is something very exciting too, is our new academic majors. We have things from data analytics, sports management, exercise science, health systems, nursing. That's an up and coming field, very, very popular, lots of interest there. That's coming in 2021. And we are very proud of the fact that we have launched 2 graduate programs on campus with the speech language pathology and the MBA. Our physician assistant graduate program is launching this coming summer, July 2021. So we are very excited to have those programs to offer students as well. I would like to mention that a lot of our students have double majors. They have majors and minors. So you have the opportunity to kind of dabble in a lot of different things on campus. And that allows for an opportunity to really develop that resume as you become a sophomore, junior, and senior, and then graduate and go out looking for a job. So a little bit more about academic excellence. In the classroom, we have about 70% of our classes that contain 20 students or less. And Natalie can probably talk a little bit later regarding her class experience and what she has seen, but it's very, very hands-on. Our professors know our students a lot of times, and Natalie, if you agree with me, by first name. So you're not a number. It's Natalie in the classroom. There's free tutoring for all of our students. Office hours, as I had mentioned on a previous slide. Research. I mean, our students are able to have an opportunity to sit side by side with a faculty member and do some hands-on research. I mean, that's phenomenal. That's a great experience. We also have the Dietrich Honors Institute, which is an experiential learning and research. A lot of our students take part in the Dietrich Honors program. Out of the classroom, as you can see there on the slide, 100% of our students have an internship or a practicum experience while at Thiel. And what's exciting is they can start that as early as the 2nd semester. So a lot of students do come in undecided. Or maybe they're teetering with a couple different majors and they're not exactly sure, and that's fine. It's perfectly fine to come in undecided. It's good to have a little bit of an idea of what you're thinking about. So having these internships and these practicum experiences allow students to get some hands-on experience so that they might roll out a particular major, or they may confirm that that is the major that they should be going into. We also have study abroad opportunities. And then at the bottom there, this is something too that I encourage students and families to look into when they're visiting colleges and exploring and researching colleges, the job and graduate school placement rate. That's the end product. So you really want to make sure you're looking into that prior to making your informed college decision. At Thiel, we have 95% of our students have a job or have been placed into a graduate school placement. So, and we have had 100% placement in majors such as accounting, education, neuroscience, and environmental science. I don't have those on there. So we do have 100% placement in a lot of our majors on campus. So where do our students come from? And our students come from all over the place. For as small as Thiel College is, we have a very diverse student population. And students coming from everywhere. We have international students, about 3% of our students are international, coming from Japan and Korea, different countries, but we have a lot of states that are represented too. So we're very proud of that fact as well. It does give students an opportunity to learn from different cultures of different students coming from different places on campus. So living and learning. Residential, we are a residential campus, and I know that residence halls, dorms are always something that students and families have a lot of questions about. We do guarantee our housing for our students at Thiel for all 4 years. As you can see there, we have 17 different residence options, anywhere from the dorms starting out as a freshman to townhouses, apartments, theme houses. But there you can see 82% of our students do live on campus. So we do guarantee that you have a spot on campus. When our students move to the townhouses and apartments and or theme housing, it's still considered on-campus living, but I do think the students feel as if it's off campus and they're a little bit more removed from campus. And I was talking about the diversity of the campus. 24.7% of our students are from ethnically and racially diverse backgrounds. So every student that applies to Thiel comes in with a different academic background, different financial background, and those are the types of things that make us a very diverse campus as well. So let's talk a little bit more about leadership opportunities. Those of you that are interested in athletics, we are a part of the President's Athletic Conference, Division III. So you can see the list of sports that we have for both men's and women's. We also have 60 plus clubs and organizations in Greek life. I know Natalie's involved in a lot of those different clubs and organizations on campus. So if you have questions at the end of the session here, you'll be able to ask Natalie some of those questions, perhaps from a student's perspective. And then applying to Thiel. Applying to Thiel is very easy. It's a very easy process. You can use our online application. We do have a paper application that we'd be happy to send off to you. And we are also a member of the Common application. The only thing or two things we need to complete your application is your completed application file and your high school transcripts. We are test optional. Moving into this year with COVID and students not being able to take the test, we have decided just to move test optional for this incoming class as well. You can see their recommendation letters and essays are optional. We may request those on some students if there's some GPAs that might be in question. We could perhaps ask those, but for the most part, your completed application and your high school transcripts, once we have those that information in our hands, we typically have a pretty quick turnaround period from a week to 10 days, and a lot of times a lot sooner than that. So I encourage you, if you haven't yet, and you're a senior in high school, you haven't yet applied, I would certainly complete those applications sooner rather than later. I'll be talking in a few more slides regarding academic scholarship competitions. So you are going to want to get your applications in to be in the running and or consideration for some academic scholarships on campus. And then completing the FAFSA form and getting a financial aid package. And then, as I mentioned earlier, finding where you belong. Is Thiel College that fit for you? So I do want to talk a little bit about scholarships and what we offer to our incoming students. We base our academic merit awards, as you can see there for traditional and transfer students, we base it solely on a high school GPA of a student. So anyone that has, as you can see there, a 3.5 or higher is going to receive a $21,500 per year academic merit award. So that's renewable for 4 years as long as the student remains in good academic standing. And then you can see the GPA as you go down there. So again, it's worth applying depending on where your GPA is at this point. That is what you would qualify for as far as an academic merit award. And that academic merit award is based on your GPA only. We do not take any income or FAFSA information into consideration when we award those. So from here, oops, did I skip a slide? or 2 slides there. Okay, this is an important one because we do have our academic scholarship competition coming up here very soon. As you can see, those are November 7th and November 14th. Those are by invitation only. Students with a 3.0 or higher GPA will be invited to attend that event on campus where we award 5 full tuition scholarships. And then from there, we also award the next tier 5 $8,000 per year scholarships. So that $8,000 per year scholarship is stackable, as you can see there, on your merit award. So if you were a student that received the $20,000 merit award and you received one of the $8,000 scholarships from the scholarship competition, you could be looking or sitting kind of pretty at $28,000 moving into the financial aid season. So certainly if you have questions, throughout the session or at the end of the session regarding scholarships or applying or anything like that, let us know and we'd be happy to answer those. So our Dietrich Honors program, and I know I mentioned this in a couple slides, but you also receive a scholarship for agreeing to participate. Once you receive an invitation, if you accept the invitation, you will qualify for $1,000 per year Dietrich Honors Award scholarship, and that is renewable for 4 years as well. You will see there's a GPA requirement for that one. That's a 3.75. So you would need that, your high school GPA, to be a 3.75 to be invited. As I said, that's renewable each year. The students must maintain a 3.0 there to maintain that scholarship. And just a few more slides here. You can see that we do have a lot of different scholarship opportunities for students. The Holler Enterprise Scholarship, typically that's $1,000 per year and is renewable. Any of you out there that are entrepreneurs perhaps, have your own business, have thought of your own business, starting your own business, there's a scholarship available for you. It requires an essay, I believe an interview. And then you can see there down at the bottom some of the expectations for the Howler Scholarship. And then local opportunities, depending on who we might have on the line listening this evening. For Mercer County students, those students from Jamestown, Greenville, Commodore Perry, or Reynolds High School, you would qualify for the Baughman Scholarship. Ella Bush Scholarship would be for those other high schools in Mercer County that I did not mention with the Baughman Scholarship. And then Marion G. Resch is for students from Columbiana, Mahoning, and Trumbull counties who are interested in majoring in the sciences. So typically, on average, I believe with that scholarship, students can receive up to $6,000 scholarship per year if they do meet the qualifications and are selected for that scholarship. And then other opportunities there, if you have a sibling that currently attends Thiel and you decide to attend Thiel, there'd be some money there for you. An alumni, if you have a parent or a grandparent that's an alum of Thiel. If you participate or choose to participate in marching band, choir, or theater, there's also an award. And diversity, there's also a scholarship award for that as well. As you can see here, we've got a lot of different social media channels to follow us on. And, maybe Natalie can talk a little bit more in a little bit regarding those, but you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, depending on, what your interest level is and maybe what you're involved with. You can certainly follow that. I encourage students to follow the social media channels just to see what's going on college campuses and what are the clubs and organizations doing. How can you see yourself intertwining yourself in clubs and organizations? And a lot of times you'll see some good stuff out there on our social media. And then I encourage you all to get in touch. I mentioned earlier visiting campus. I hope that after this presentation, you choose to check it out, to get onto campus. I realize with COVID and our current situation, it may be a little bit more difficult for some to get to campus, but we are open for visits. We are doing both on campus, in person, and virtual visits. We have our in-person visits Monday through Friday. Our tours are at 9, 11, 1, and 3, and we are open on some Saturdays by appointment. And this coming Saturday, we do have our fall open house, Saturday, October 24th. So if for some reason you choose to or want to come to campus on Saturday, reach out to one of us here. You can see here, who is my admissions counselor? Justin Gregorich, Caitlin DeSantis, Morgan Bodner, and David Mogul are four of my admissions counselors that travel in the state of Pennsylvania. So you can see where their counties are, and their cell phone numbers and their email addresses are listed there. So if you'd like to reach out to them personally, individually, you certainly can do that. I will write my contact information in the chat feature later so that you have that. And I'll ask Natalie if she doesn't mind to do that as well. And then, you know, you could reach out to either one of us as well as you're navigating through this college search process. We are here to help with the admissions counselors as well as our students. So we certainly want you to have enough information to make an informed decision. So, you know, no matter what the question is, there's no wrong question to ask as you navigate through this college search process. I think the main takeaway is to do some research on schools, make sure they have an academic major that you're interested in. If you're interested in playing a sport, or playing in the marching band, being a part of the theater, whatever that extracurricular activity might be, visiting campus and requesting to meet with those, I call them champions on campus, because those are going to be your champions when you get to that campus, wherever it is. Hopefully it's Thiel College, but wherever it is, those will be your champions on campus. And those will be the people that are pushing you and encouraging you and cheering you on the whole way through. So just a little takeaway there too that I like to share. So at this point, we are going to open it up to questions here. Now, let me see here. Natalie, can you see any questions there? Let me see. Let me see. I have my question bar open. If anyone has any questions, we will be here. We'll be here for, you know, a few more minutes. Certainly, don't be afraid to ask the question. It'll be in the chat bar there, as instructed earlier. We would read the question and then answer it that way. Natalie, would you maybe like to speak a little bit more about your experience thus far at Thiel?
Yeah, so far, obviously, it's been a little difficult because of this COVID and everything. So, speaking from last year at least, I've had so much fun here. I've made a lot of friends, and everybody is so welcoming when you come in. From your professors who look for you every morning. My advisor, he actually waits for me to go before he goes to his class, and he looks for me every morning to say hi. So I have a really good relationship with him, which is nice because it's kind of hard to schedule your classes by yourself as a new college student. Even now, when I have like my toes wet in this, it's still a little bit hard. Also, um, my joining my sorority was probably the best decision I made here because I always have 30 great girlfriends while I'm here. I actually live in a sorority house, and so living here has helped me branch out, make friends. It's given me a ton of leadership opportunities with my own sorority and other Teal members. Same with my tennis team because we're such an eclectic group. So just things like that, you meet a lot of people, and I'm really thankful for that, and I love it here.
Thanks for sharing, Natalie. So we will certainly hang around here. As I said, I think we have some more time here. If you have some questions or would like to throw some out there, feel free to do so. I will give, I guess I will just give, I'm not seeing where maybe I can write my email address, but my name again is Sonia Lapicus. That's S Lapicus, Lapikas Thiel.edu, and I can be reached at 724-589-2172. So certainly feel free after the session, if you have more questions, certainly feel free to reach out. And sometimes when you talk about application process and financial aid process and scholarships and GPA and transcripts, sometimes those are more confidential or private questions. So if you'd like to reach out at a later time or visit on campus, and we are doing the appropriate social distancing and all that good stuff. So we could certainly talk through a few of those things once you get to campus as well. Since we don't have any questions, we are going to turn it back over to the PACAC facilitator at this point. Again, thank you very much for joining. And we certainly hope, Natalie and I hope to see you all on campus sometime very soon.
All right, fantastic. Thank you so much. That was a really great presentation. I'm glad I got to learn more about Thiel.
Thank you.
So, of course, a huge thank you to our panelists as well as our participants this evening. So when you close your window, there will be a link to a very quick 4-question survey. And we do really appreciate any feedback that you can provide. As I said at the beginning, this is one of our many sessions being hosted through PACAC. So please be sure to sign up for any additional sessions at pacac.org. And in about a week, you'll be able to find this session's recordings, as well as all of our other session recordings, same website, pacac.org. And with that, thank you all again so much, and have a great night.
Thank you.